Hi YouTube, we're going to do some independent writing and we're going to write about the picture that you can see. We're going to answer these questions and you're going to record your ideas on a piece of paper to create a brain dump. So our first question is, what can you see in this picture? Well, I can see a castle, a lion and the sky. What do you think is happening? Well, if I look closely, I can see that the lion is roaring. What colours can you see? Well, I can see, if I look really closely, grey and beige on the stone of the castle. I can see a blue, greyish sky, and I can see a brown or golden coloured lion. What time of day do you think it is? Well, if you look at the sky, it's still light, so I think it's daytime. But as the sky is getting darker, it could be evening. What do you think you would hear if you were in this place? Well, I think that I would hear a lion roaring really, really loudly. But if you pause the video now, and then you can have a go at your brain dump and push play again when you have finished. So we are going to write some sentences about the picture. Our first sentence is going to set the scene. We're going to use an expanded noun phrase which includes two adjectives to describe the sky, and then we're going to use an expanded noun phrase to describe the lion. You can choose which sentence starter you would like to use. Well, I'm going to use the first sentence starter, so let's read it. One day when something clouds filled the sky, there was a something lion. So I'm going to need to think carefully now about what adjectives I want to use, and I can use the word map to help me. So my first word is one. So one day when, ooh, clouds, grey, fluffy, I'm going to use those adjectives. When grey, fluffy, clouds, filled the sky, there was what adjectives could I use to describe the lion? I've got strong, wild, brave, loud, fierce, massive, golden. I'm going to choose two of those. Ooh, strong, brave lion. There was a strong, brave lion. As it's the end of my sentence, I need to make sure that I use a full stop. So let's read it back, check it makes sense. One day when grey fluffy clouds filled the sky, there was a strong, brave lion. So I'm going to use a different colour to underline my adjectives. So one day when grey, fluffy clouds filled the sky, there was a strong, brave lion. So in my margin, I'm going to write that green means that there are adjectives. If you wanted to challenge yourself, you could use the second sentence starter that I didn't use. So for you, pause the video and you can have a go and then push play again when you're ready to write your next sentence. So for sentence 2, we're going to use a subordinated conjunction to explain why the lion was standing at the top of the castle roaring. Remember, your ideas might be different to mine because there is no right or wrong answer. So we've got two sentence starters. The first one says, golden lion was roaring at the top of the something castle because, and the second sentence starter says, the powerful lion was standing at the top of the something castle because. I'm going to again use the first idea, and I'm going to record my idea on the board. I'm going to use a different colour so you can see my second sentence. So, the golden lion. So I need to remember to use a capital letter because it's a new sentence. So the golden lion was roaring at the top of the. I'm going to use my word mat to help me. These are adjectives to describe the castle. We could use spooky, grand, beautiful, or stone. Or you could challenge yourself to think of your own adjectives. I'm going to say stone. So the golden lion was roaring at the top of the stone castle because I've now got to use my imagination to think about why the lion might be standing at the top of the castle roaring. There are lots and lots of different ideas, but I've got to choose just one. So, why would a lion be roaring? Let me think. I think he might be roaring to scare some people or some animals away. So how could I use that in my sentence? I could say, the golden lion was roaring at the top of the stone castle because it wanted to scare everyone away. So I'm going to write that. It was roaring at the top of the stone castle because it wanted to scare everyone away. Why would he want to scare everyone away? He wanted to scare everyone away so he could be by himself, or so it could be by itself. He wanted to scare everyone away so it could be by itself. It's the end of a sentence, so I need to make sure I'm using a full stop. I'm going to use a different colour. Again, we'll use green again for our adjectives. So, where have I got an adjective? The golden, describing the colour of the lion, was roaring at the top of the stone, describing what the castle was made of, because it wanted to scare everyone away so it could be by itself. So, if you want to challenge yourself, you could use the second sentence starter that I didn't use, which says the powerful lion was standing at the top of the something castle because, again, you can use the adjectives on the word mat to help you. If you pause the video again now, have a go at writing your second sentence, and then when you're ready, push play to write your next sentence. So now it's your turn to have a go at writing independently by yourself. You have two different sentences to write. So sentence 3, you are going to be explaining how you think the lion might be feeling and using some adjectives to describe the lion's emotions. So it says on our first sentence starter, as the lion was guarding the castle, it felt. So think it might have felt tired, calm, relaxed. It might have also, can maybe add to these ideas, might have felt angry. It might have been upset. As if it's roaring at someone, it's obviously not very happy. So have a think about what other adjectives you could use. So I might write, as the lion was guarding the castle, it felt angry and upset. Don't forget, at the end of your sentence, you need to use a full stop. Your last sentence is going to explain what the lion did when it was finished roaring. You're going to use the coordinating conjunction when at the start of your sentence to explain what the lion did. So when the lion had finished roaring, it found a place to relax. Or when the lion finished roaring, it decided to go to sleep because it felt tired. So have a think about your ideas. You can write your ideas on paper first if you'd like to, and then think about writing both sentence number 3 and sentence number 4. Don't forget when you finish writing to read all of your sentences again, because you can correct and edit any mistakes that you think you have made. So if you pause the video here and then have a go at writing. We can't wait to hear what you've written when you are back at school.